Don't be rude. What's up, Duffy? Don't be rude. How you doing? We're gonna do a quick check-in on the United States of Israel in a second. Don't be rude. 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 How you guys doing? Shy Pixie, what's up? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Let's this is us first time. Link in the description. Little Scorpion Green. What's up? Don't be rude. 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 Don't Don't be rude. Educated. I love the poorly educated. Yep. All right, we're gonna do a check-in with the United States of Israelia. And then I'm going to. What's up, Lady Wiser? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. How are you? I'm Rob. I do the daily commentary of the news every daily weekday, which I think every day is a weekday now, right? Well, we'll get to the state of the nation in just a second. We're gonna peruse the news. If that's even legal anymore. I hear that they're going after Jimmy Kimmel pretty hard. You know, the government trying to censor a comic. I thought America was against that, but apparently it doesn't really matter anymore. Where's the headline? Oh, here it is. Even Ted Cruz is like, dude, you can't censor speech, government. You can't do that. Even Rafael Cruz, the Canadian that loves Cancun, was like, guys. Guys. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I didn't take too many pictures. I'll just put a picture of her up and hopefully jump scare. Careful. Let's hear how the news is. If you were here yesterday, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can join me every single day where we share our life in this dystopian timeline. I don't know what you call it. It's really not like a world anymore. It's just the rulers and the rest of us who create the wealth for them. But yesterday I was telling you when I got into work, gas across the street was 387. And I was like, "Oh, that's cheaper than where I am. I'll get gas today." And then by the time I left work, it was 409. So it jumped 32 cents in hours. 32 cents. So I was telling you that yesterday, and then here you go. CNN starts hogging all the news. I'm like, I broke that news yesterday. I did, guys. CNN, nobody trusts you. We trust independent commentarianists. What would you call a commenter? A commentarianist. I think that's what we're called. They don't trust the mainstream commentators for corporations. They trust independent commentarianists. But here's CNN just telling you what I already told you yesterday.
Breaking news this morning, gas prices jumping again overnight, now reaching the highest price since August 2022. The national average, $4.18 a gallon. That's up nearly 7 cents since Monday. It's in
Oh, whoops, 7 cents since Monday. Holy shit. Hopefully got a 8 cents raise so you can cover that price. Oh, you didn't? Oh, that's right. Okay, okay.
new high since the war with Iran.
Not the good kind of high that you see Keg Pete Seth on all the time. Not that kind of high. They're talking about a new kind of high with money. That thing that we're constantly working for because everything's more expensive. So that kind of high.
Monday, it's a new high since the war with Iran began. Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news. All right, all right, all right, guys. All right, guys. So, okay. So gas prices are high. Let's see how things are going with education in this country. Let's check in.
Secretary McMahon, the Department of Labor provides employment and job training services, enforces our federal labor laws, and protects retirement and health care benefits of workers. Why are you sending programs that support elementary schools and elementary school students to the Department of Labor?
I certainly do think that as we look at how education should be viewed in our country, clearly there are many aspects of education. It's enrichment of minds. It's
What the fuck are you rambling about? I'm so sorry. It's like, how does anyone tolerate if somebody worked for me, right? Because remember, all these people work for us, and they started rambling about the kinds of, it's like, no, she said, why are you sending the education fucking teams to the Department of Labor? Those are two separate things, man. Like, what the fuck? I want you to listen to this again. I'm sorry I can't get through the whole clip, but it's like dumbing. We are all dumber for listening to brain damaged Linda McMahon. Does she have a concussion? Did anybody check? Get her some smelling salts. Listen to this. This is on C-SPAN 2. They couldn't even put it on C-SPAN 1 because she was filled with so much nonsense.
Secretary McMahon, the Department of Labor provides employment and job training services, enforces our federal labor laws, and protects retirement and health care benefits of workers. Why are you sending programs that support elementary schools and elementary school students to the Department of Labor?
I certainly do think that as we look at how education should be viewed in our country. Clearly, there are many aspects of education. It's enrichment of minds, it's development of thought, but it is also to provide an opportunity for children once they have finished their education to enter into the workforce and
We're
have an
talking about
opportunity.
elementary K through 12, and the grants that you're transferring to Department of Labor are much larger and much more complex than what the Department of Labor currently administers.
Okay. So if you didn't catch that, yeah, K through 12 isn't even elementary. Elementary is up to fifth grade from what? Third to fifth? First to fifth, depending on your town. And Linda McMahon, brain damaged Linda McMahon, clearly from that clip, she must be because she couldn't answer a question, was like, well, we gotta get these kids to work. That's the only reason they're going to school is to learn how to press the buttons, right? They're telling you who they are. They're like, we don't want you to like do anything besides just work these shit jobs where we've kept the wages stagnant for 20 years and your dollar is worth nothing. So yeah, that's how the Department of Education and Labor is going. They're forming like Voltron into one. This is poison, man. This is poison. They want people to get out of fifth grade and go right into the workforce. I mean, there are southern states that are like pushing for labor laws to get rolled back. All right, all right, all right. So far, gas more expensive, education getting worse and worse, and they're just trying to turn it into work-ication. Maybe labor camps. Maybe it sounds like a fun thing to do over the summer. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, my school's sending me to a labor camp. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Sending all the money and funding from the Department of Education to the Department of Labor. I don't know what they have planned. I don't trust them, so I think it's nefarious, but we'll have to find out, right? What else are we going to do? Linda McMahon, the WWF lady, is in charge. Okay. Okay. Clearly. The lady who bangs her head off the bars, the ring, the ropes, I don't know, should be heading up education. Yep, 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 yep. You know, they got to be, they all have. I'm waiting for the comment who's like, you don't know this, but most wrestlers have their doctorates. Oh, really? I've seen Mickey Rourke. No, he doesn't. All right, all right. So education not going good. Gas not going good. Come on, health. Ready? Blowing the dice. Let's roll snake eyes. Damn. Let's see how health is going in the country.
Was that outbreak and another one in West Texas. 2025 was the country's worst year for measles since it was declared eliminated in 2000.
Wait, we had eliminated it in 2000? Oh, we got measles again, man. Oh, do I even want to play the other 10 seconds of this clip? I don't know. Man, we had just whooped. I mean, Donald Trump, maybe he's going for the war on measles. Maybe he's like, that was the thing. They were like, we're going to bring it back and then we're going to defeat it and I'm going to get the measles peace prize. What is behind this, man? And if you can't see the map, but let me tell you the states. Let's see. South Carolina is deep red, meaning 500 plus. Florida, Texas, and Utah coming in a close second, 100 to 499 cases. Can anybody tell me how Utah, Texas, South Carolina, and Florida voted? Can anybody tell me? Can any? All right, all right, all right, all right. Enough jokes. We're checking in with the nation. Gas jumped 7 cents since Monday. More than that in some places. Like I witnessed it go up 32 cents in front of my eyes, and I was like, "Wait, just give me 20 minutes back in time." Department of Education not going good. They're turning it over to the Department of Labor Force. Forced labor. I think they should rename it the Department of Forced Labor. And now health. American health. Let's see.
Outbreak and another one in West Texas. 2025 was the country's worst year for measles since it was declared eliminated in 2000. And this year is on track to be even worse. Health experts say falling vaccination rates are a large factor in the rise. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
That's worrisome.
But thanks, Wolf Blitzer, throwing it to me. But here's the good news, folks. If you heard measles and you got scared, just know that mostly unvaccinated people are MAGA. So there is a silver lining on every cloud. Once, their generations are gone, we'll be able to get this country back, I wonder if that's how the dodos went, if the dodos, if they were like, I don't know what sound they made, but they were like, Dodo RFK said no vaccinations. So silver lining. I know the country eliminated measles back in 2000, and it's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Measles back. Stay away from your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's... Or you could do Return of the Back once again. Return of the Back. Oh, there it is. That was a great song. Return of the Mac. So yeah, measles, triumphant return 2025 and gonna be worse 2026. I would just say we just gotta wait a little bit and all those people will be gone. I don't know. Boom, boom, bang, bang. Isn't that what Donald Trump does? Isn't that like his whole... Maybe that's the whole civilization he was talking about when he said he's going to get rid of a whole civilization. Maybe people didn't know it, but he was actually referring to the dummies. Okay. So far, gas not looking good. Education not looking good. Health not looking that great. Okay. How is deportations going? Let's see.
Some new CNN reporting reveals the Trump administration is working to speed up deportations of migrant children being held in U.S. custody.
Kids. They're speeding up getting rid of kids. Okay.
As part of a White House push to get minors through the system faster, but critics
Where are they deporting them to? It's not Epstein. If you say Epstein Island, we're all getting our pitchforks, man.
say the accelerated process has left some kids shaken, and at times it's forced kids as young as 4 to appear in court without any legal aid.
What? You can't do that, man. You can't drag a kid into court with no legal representation. Okay. So the court system and immigration not going the best. Okay. Let's check in with people with disabilities, right? We want to protect people with disabilities. Let's check in and see what's going on with that.
Government is working on a rule that could cut disability.
Wait, I just thought of something. You know what? Good news, silver lining to the kids. Can't believe they're just deporting kids. They're dragging little kids into court and deporting them without their parents. Like, you people should be ashamed of yourself. Anybody who voted for this, you are the absolute scum of the earth. You don't believe in family values. You have no sense of fucking humanity. And the fact that kids are being put into courtrooms with no legal aid, no legal representation to get sent to another country, which I'm guessing they're not finding their parents. You're a disgusting human. Hopefully no one breeds with you. Okay, now that I've said my piece. Oh, the silver lining for those kids. They won't get measles. You know, measles is back in America, so you don't want to be a kid in America, especially if your parents are fucking MAGA. If they're idiotic enough to, been vaccinated and safe enough to not get measles and then treat you to the rare disease that has been eliminated, but now it's back again, then, I don't know. Take that kid to the fire station. You don't deserve to be a parent.
Government is working on a rule that could cut disability checks for people who live with their families. Yeah, you heard that right. If you're disabled and you can't afford to live on your own and your family lets you stay with them, you could lose part of your income. We're talking about programs like supplemental security income. That's already under $1,000 a month for most people. And now they're looking at cutting that by up to a third, just because someone has a bedroom in their parents' house. There's a real example behind this. A 22-year-old woman with developmental disabilities can't work, went through years of evals, finally qualifies for assistance. That money helps her survive, but it's not enough to live alone. So she stays with her dad, who's barely getting by himself. And now the government could look at the situation and say, well, you're being supported, so we're cutting your benefits. Even if the family is already poor, even if they're on food assistance, and it doesn't stop there. They'd start tracking everything: who lives in the house, who pays what, if someone stays over, if income changes, constant reporting just to keep reduced benefits. So think about what this actually does. It punishes people for staying with family instead of forcing them into institutions that cost way more. And it puts families in a position where helping someone could actually hurt them financially. This isn't finalized yet, but if it does go through, hundreds of thousands of people could be affected.
That is disgusting. This government wants you dead. That's the truth. Why would you ever try to take money from the disabled because they're living at home? I just hope that Eric Trump loses that money too. That's all I can say about that. I just hope that they take Eric Trump's benefits. All right. So disability's not going well. Migration courts not going by the law. Gas is up. Health is horrible. Measles is back. Department of Education's going to Department of Labor. Let's check in and see how that's treating the president.
And if inflation is so important as an issue, as a political issue, how do they think the president is doing on it?
Yeah, it is the number one issue. The number one issue. It's the number one financial issue. It's the number one issue folks saying is facing their families right now. And Donald John Trump is in the worst.
It's Donald Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, Trump. That's what the J stands for. If you don't believe it, show me his birth certificate. I'd like to see Donald Jeffrey Epstein's best friend Trump birth certificate to prove that that's not his middle name. How do we know it's his middle name? He just signs J. He doesn't sign anything else. Everybody's been guessing. Let me see the birth certificate, Donald. I'm a birther, baby.
Position he has ever been on inflation. And more than that, these are the worst numbers I've ever seen for any president. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. According to Ipsos.
Look at this. Look at that. I love this guy. Old Cagney and Lacey. Look at this. Man, see here. Look at these numbers. I haven't seen numbers like this in forever.
Let's look at this net approval rating on inflation. We got the latest poll out. He's 49 points underwater. That means that 49% more of the public disapprove than approve of the job he's doing. I went back. You remember Joe Biden?
Oh, did you? Yeah, remember Joe Biden? I wish I didn't. Right? Right, MAGA? I know you're doing that right now.
Inflation absolutely crushed his presidency.
Remember when they used to go, not my president? Now they're like, oh, gas prices. The gas prices.
At his worst, according to Ipsos, he was just 43 points underwater. So
we beat Donnie. Oh, we beat Donna. Oh, damn. All right, keep going.
Trump is lower now on inflation than Joe Biden ever was, according to Ipsos. And I will note that the inflation rate right now is only about a third as it was back in June of 2022.
Oh.
Yet Trump's numbers are significantly worse than Biden's ever were.
Even though it was 9% this month, they still think Trump is doing a worse job on it than.
Oh, how does that feel? Oh, they just hate him. They just hate him. Everybody hates him. Everybody fucking hates this guy. Everybody, even his wife. His wife won't even hold his hand. Do you think they sleep in the same bed? No.
Biden ever was.
Correct.
That is staggering. Okay, so when you think of presidents and inflation, the one that comes to mind is Jimmy Carter. That was when inflation was really stratospheric. So how does Trump compare to Carter on those numbers?
Yeah, these are really stunning numbers right here. But what about James Earl Carter, right? You think of inflation as Johnny B with...
Dude said, what about James Earl Carter? All right. All right. It's kind of adorable. You cracked out Wikipedia. You were like, I'm going to call him James Earl. Okay. I see what you're doing.
Was talking about, you think about inflation, seeking presidencies, you think of Jimmy Carter. But just look here. Okay, if we look right now at, we're talking about net approvals on inflation, this number should actually be 46%, 40 minus 46. And if you look at this, though, even if I raise it a little bit and I correct my error right here live on air, we're talking about minus 46 points versus minus 49 points.
Oh, everybody hates Donald Trump. Okay. So we've checked in gas prices up just this week. If you were paying attention, we're driving by going, should I get gas right now? It's already up. The schools are turned into labor camps, forced labor camps. Health, not good. Measles was eradicated. RFKJ brought it back in 2025, and they're predicting a forecast of being worse in 2026. There is the silver lining. Hopefully, the people that voted for MAGA align the Venn diagram. The circles are MAGA measles, in the middle is them. Not looking good on numbers. If you have a disability, they're coming after you. Let's check in with the farmers, okay?
Years. You don't want to be the one that can't keep it going. I am a Republican. I voted for this administration.
Oh, I hope you got the day you voted for.
My patience is running thin.
Oh, is your patience running thin? Wait until you find out how much fertilizer is going to cost.
Here in the heart of the Mississippi Delta to talk with farmers about how the war with Iran is impacting them.
Oh, it's been awful.
The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is causing prices to skyrocket. Things like diesel fuel and fertilizer.
We're buying a little bit at a time. Sometimes we know that we've only got 2 weeks of fuel. So what has happened to us is not just the impact of 1 year. We have lost customers forever. They will never come back because we're deemed an
Oh, what's up, Jess?
I'm paying 60%.
Bring back tradition.
That I would have been paying 45 days ago.
What's up, Sim Racing?
This plant, harvest. So diesel still going up like this, man. It affects us bad.
You have no choice. You got to go ahead and buy it, no matter what the price is.
There's going to be a lot of people that do our business. You also have to.
Yeah, you can't hear because the Dust Bowl is happening around them, but he just said, no doubt they're going to go out of business by the end of the year. And he's a proud Republican. I voted for this. I voted for all my friends and family to go right out of town to the poorhouse. Fucking brilliant. You know, their ego is the only thing that's not fractured here. They're like, that's okay. You just pay the prices. I trust them. Oh, really? Do you? You trust them all the way till you fucking lose your pants, buddy.
Farmers.
They're tired of losing money. He trailed off a little bit. Did I catch a niner in there? But they're tired of losing money. I voted for this. Good. I'm glad you and your friends are having the day you voted for, you asshole. Because the rest of the country is suffering because you were too fucking stupid and too insecure of a man to fucking vote for a woman or just have any sense about you. You know, that's the problem with MAGA. Like, they didn't give a shit. He didn't have a concept of a plan. They didn't give a shit that he never released his taxes. They didn't give a shit when he was molesting women in the fucking locker rooms. They just white man speaking tough, and that's really what it is. That's the art form right there. He's a regular P.T. Barnum, and I'll vote for that any day. Yeah, he's gonna clean me out. Oh yeah, he is. A lot of farms are gonna go out of business, but I voted for it.
Farmers have already been struggling with rising costs and even tariffs making things even harder.
It's going to be the nail in the coffin for a number of farmers.
Gonna be the nail in the coffin for a number of farmers. Are you proud of your vote? You proud? You proud what you did? Proud boy? Is that what you are?
It's Charlotte broke the county back.
A lot of money that comes through the economy just shovels from the government back to big corporations, and
He said a lot of money that comes through the government is shoveled through the farms through corporations. Yeah, that's how the bailout works. So you dummies thought Donald Trump give a shit about you, but what he did was raise the prices, and then the corporations did their greedflation on top of it. And they said, "Where are you gonna go? You can't go nowhere else. You have to pay for our prices if you want to keep doing your farm thing, your adorable little farm." And they said, why don't you ask the government for a bailout so you can pay your bills? And then they go, can you please give us a bailout? And Donald Trump looks over at the big corporations of the farming industry and goes, gotcha. And they give it to the farmers, and immediately it just touches the farmer's hand and goes to the fucking corporations. That's how it works, folks. When you hear a farm bailout, it's so they could pay the corporations.
he's got farmer middleman. Really,
Yeah, it's amazing. The farmer's the middleman these days, and these fucking people voted for a corporate fucking giant.
It's like the farmers' margins were already slim, and they just keep getting slimmer and slimmer.
We can't control diesel. We can't control, wars. We can't control anything. All we can control is once we put that seed in the ground, that's all we are called to do, right? And the rest of it is up to the Lord. I supported Mr. Trump this entire way. What the big supporter did, but I do not agree with this, and I'm not happy about this at all. I did not.
I like how they're just not happy about it.
Both is
There we go. There's one guy. He's like, I didn't vote for this shit. All these motherfuckers did. All these people put me in a bind and themselves.
Just hoping that the administration can right some of the wrongs that's created farmers, tariffs, and
they're not going to. They bet against the tariffs. They're cashing in on that. Like, it's so funny that people are like, I just hope they'll do right by us. Oh, you think 2 years in, they're like, guys, we've had a change of heart. We've had a change of heart. I know I've spent 80 years of my life. Oh, I feel bad about it. They're not going to fake a Russell Brand, I've seen the light. Like, they're not even going to do that, you know? God, is this really how people think? They're like, I just hope they're going to, turn this, right the wrongs of this ship that they're sailing, not through the Strait of Hormuz.
when the war has inflicted on us.
A lot of people that did vote for this administration, they don't come around. But my question sometimes is, will you be in business when you do it?
There you go. That's a good question. It will come around. Yeah, you think he's still going to be fucking farming by the time it comes around? And what's coming around? What is, that's what I would wish they would have said. Like, what do they think is coming around? Do you think low prices are coming back? Do you think they're going to renegotiate deals with all these fucking people? Like when China went to fucking Brazil to buy soybean? Like, what do you think is coming back? Have you not been? Some of these people really amaze me. It must be nice to live in that, kind of state where you're just like, it's going to come back. Well, I'm losing the farm. Doesn't matter if it comes back or not.
If President Trump were standing here in this field right now, what would you say?
I'd ask him to stick a sock in his mouth and not say anything for a while.
Oh, really? You want, but Didn't you vote for him? Didn't you like when he was grabbing him by the pussy and, telling people the woke media and woke radicals are going to take your farms? And didn't you love all that? You want a sock in his mouth now? Gross.
Get these fuel prices down. Give them that.
Just an old.
They're not going to. I like this old white guy who voted for Trump. He's about to say there's an old African proverb. What?
African proverb that says when elephants fight, it's the ants that get crushed. The ants that get crushed.
War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Okay, not good. Not going good on the farmer front. Let's check in with the Secretary of War Crimes. He was just lying in front of Congress, I guess. I don't know. This is all like a sham, This is all kind of like a mockery of fucking Charlie Kelly. A salute to you, my good man. What's up, Smoking? Is this real life? Is this live? Don't you dare start me down that rabbit hole. Charlie does that because a guy came in one time. It was Gorb. Gorb came in one time. It was like, is this live? And I was like, what? Are you really asking if it was live? And he's like, yeah, I'm wondering if this is live. I was like, how would I respond to you? What the fuck? What is going on? And that's the caliber. This is why I support, universal education for all. I'm going to push it one step further. I'm going to go universal healthcare and universal education. Oh, man. Yep. Kick first, ask questions later. Charlie Kelly, kick first, ask questions later. Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't seen all the comments. Oh yeah, Mr. Good Citizen. I wish somebody would cover that Ford recently filed patents for government surveillance systems to be put in cars by 2027. Oh man, I had one of those clips yesterday. I will find it for tomorrow. Lemony Fresh, what's up? Carlos is doing a great job. I love you so much. You were the best. Thanks, Carlos. Our gas prices have flown the roof. We used to pay $1.40 for diesel, now $2.80 for diesel. Thanks, Israel. Yeah, have you even thanked Israel today? Jeez. What's up, October's daughter? Good to see you. All right. The file cabinet. Oh, PHILE. The file cabinet. Yo, hot shit, Richard. Okay, let's get to a little hog's breath.
So they haven't. So they haven't broken yet. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet. For all of the
their nuclear facilities have been obliterated underground. They're buried, and we're watching 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
we
might
claiming
be.
that time
We're
for
watching.
a second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely
They
obliterated.
had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a convention.
Oh, the old ambitions. They were very ambitious. They were eminently ambitious. He should have just said that. Why didn't you say that? Just say they were eminently ambitious, man. You gonna sleep good at night being eminently ambitious? Well, we know he is sleeping on a military base because the people hate him.
Shield of thousands of
Operation Midnight
the
Hammer
weakest
accomplished
moment.
nothing of substance and left us in exactly the same place we were before. So
Their,
much so
their facilities were bombed and obliterated. Their ambitions continued, and they're building a conventional shield.
Let me try again.
It's the North Korea strategy. You know this very well. The North Korea strategy was use conventional missiles to prevent anybody from challenging them so they could slow walk their way to a weapon. President Trump saw Iran at its weakest moment, took an action to ensure, in a way that only the United States of America could do with our Israeli partners,
And yet
to
they
ensure their
still haven't given
conventional
up their
shield.
He had to give a little head nod to Netanyahu. He was like, with our special baby daddies. It's like, why'd you slip that? That was weird, man. He was like, the only people in the world that could do that was the United States of America and Israel. Slow look Jim from The Office into the camera. Like, what the fuck? It's not a good look, bro. Not a good look, bro. Here's Ro Kana. I like him. I like this guy. But he doesn't Ro Canada. Ro Canada. I think that's his name. Ro Canada. He doesn't treat Hexeth like the moron he is, and that's like my one thing with Congress, you know? What people liked about Trump is Trump said whatever the fuck came to his mind, you know? He's like, I just grab him by the pussy. I don't know, I'm a celebrity. I can do it. What are they gonna do? Sue me? Oh, what did you say? 27 women are? Wee. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna throw in some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing them. These are all presidential quotes, by the way. You know, and the people like that. So I say, feed the masses, man. Give them those opiates. Give them what they want. You know, treat Hog's breath like the fucking moron he is. Be like, what's it feel like to be a war criminal who's probably going to be tried at some time? You know, like, why aren't we doing that kind of? You want a clip? Here, I'll let Rokana do it, and then we'll take a poll in the comments. What's up, Mr. One Boston? They're all on that APAC money. That they love that. They're like, just give me a little more of that APAC money, baby. They love it. Ro Canada, our home and native land. How do I do a poll? How do I do a poll? What the you can play games on here? That's fucking bananas. I don't do this much. How do you poll? Oh, poll. Here we go. Who would you want to question Keg's breath? Come on, Rob or Roe? No. Rob or Roe. Okay. Can I not move the poll? I don't want to drag it to end it. Do I gotta leave it right in front of the honorable Hog's breath? Okay, I'm gonna start a poll. Nobody answer yet, okay? Nobody answer yet. You gotta hear Roe and then you gotta hear me, and then you can answer. No cheating.
Taxpayers in terms of the strike to the Iranian school where kids were killed. Do you have that number? In terms of the missiles we used? As I've said, that unfortunate situation remains under investigation. You don't know.
No, it doesn't. We figured it out. The whole world figured it out. If you're still investigating, you're slow. How are they this slow to move? Hey, no, I said no answering. How are they this slow to move on investigating who triple tapped a girl's school? But like some false flag goes on and they're like, we got him with the manifest. We've sealed all the evidence. Like, how can they do that in moments? And they're like, open and shut case closed. But I don't know. They're like, it's been about 60 days. We're going to need another 45 years or so. Like, it's amazing how quick they can move when they want to and when they don't want to. Anyway, sorry, bro. Don't answer yet.
Not cost to get that, but I didn't tie cost to that to anything. It's a reasonable question, no, sir? I mean, our taxpayer money was going there. Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war? I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear bomb. Give you that. I would simply ask you what the playing gotcha questions about domestic things. I'm not. You're saying it's a gotcha question to ask what it's going to be in terms of the increase. Why won't you answer what it costs to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb? I give you that, sir. But let me. What would it cost? What would you pay to ensure Iran doesn't get a nuclear bomb?
How do you not fire back and be like, I'd give your life? You know what I mean? Like if the Secretary of War Crimes is going to make a mockery out of the fucking American whatever this is, empire. America is Israel's fucking colonial settlement. Whatever this is. I don't know what this is. This isn't a government. If you think this is a government where it's like, what would it cost you? I'd be like, I don't know. And send you as a ground troop to just fucking Rambo it. Like, fire back, Ro. God, you need better writers, dude. You need a sheet of like real questions. And then you need a sheet of like, all right, if he starts pulling some fucking baby dick bullshit, here's the route you go. When he's like, well, what would it cost you? Be like, well, I don't know. I'd send you over. Aren't you the toughest guy ever? Show us your tattoos again. I seen how you throw an axe. We'd send you over there with a bunch of axes. No marching band would be safe. That's what I would do. Don't answer yet. I haven't asked my question.
Do you, what would you pay? I reclaim my time. Do you not know? You had no one do the analysis of what the increased cost of gas and food on the American people are going to be? What is the cost of Iran holding that strait at issue with nuclear weapons? $631 billion, which means it's an increase of $5,000 a year for American households.
Oh, Pete, Cog's breath is going to cost you $5,000 a year. Get ready, farmers.
Now, let me give you this point. You're saying that your operation is preventing a nuclear Iran. Will you acknowledge?
Oh, an interesting little tidbit. The Doge checks were supposed to be $5,000. Interesting little alternative fact. Those Doge checks that they promised you supposed to cover that war cost.
That there is an economic cost to the American people for doing what you believe is necessary to make Iran denuclear. Will you acknowledge the economic cost?
We have an incredible economic team that's managing this better than what the previous administration did for our economy. The previous administration did for inflation.
You know what's upsetting?
Administration did COVID, and you're going to lecture this administration about the economy?
You know what is upsetting?
Incredible.
You didn't even do the analysis on how much it's costing the American people. It's one thing if you said, okay, it costs the American people $5,000, but we think it's worth it. That's what we've done in World War II and other wars. Here's what it costs. You got to pay for it. You don't even know what the average American is paying. You don't know what we paid in terms of the missiles that hit the Iranian school. You don't know what we're paying in terms of gas. You don't know what we're paying in terms of food. Your 25 billion number is totally off. It's the incompetence.
See, now he's like doing the smug laugh. So at this point, I would have said, wipe that face off your head when you're talking to me, young man. I would have asked him, out of all the billions of dollars you spent on ice cream machines, donuts, lobster tails, and crab legs, you couldn't afford a little just for men and get those grays out and showed up here respectable looking? Good God, man. Good God. I can't tell if he dipped his head in some frosting before he came here or he's just gone all gray. You can't see his head, but trust me, this motherfucker, he's not looking, he's not one of the, and he looks young, you know, he's not one of them dudes that's like, oh, look, he's doing the salt and pepper. It looks like, yo, the stress is eating this dude's hair color away.
Incompetence.
Okay, so that's Rose's question. I would have just said, are you going to wear that suit when we have the trials for your war crimes? That would have been my question. I would have been like, listen, I'm not going to bozo it up with you, pal. You have honorable in front of your name, and I haven't seen an ounce of honor come out of you since your mother pooped you out. She should have swallowed you. But I just want to know, is that the same kind of getup you're going to be wearing when we do your war crime trial? And then I would have fucking mic dropped and been like, answer that, you dumb bitch. I mean, if you're going to make a mockery of this, right? Why try to be, have you ever tried to be serious with a kid, you know, and the kid's like not going to answer you and they're like, you're a dum-dum head, you know, it's like, why would you entertain it? You just out dum-dum head them. So answer now. All right, did we finish the poll? Ooh, it's close. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, come on, kitty. Stop it. Stop it. All right, it looks like I just pulled it out. Looks like I just pulled that out. Treat that like button like you would a Twatsy's face. Do it. That's very close. 61% to 39%. I think that was very close. I don't know how to end this thing. There we go. Wait, how do I drag here to end the poll? There we go. Poll ended. Look at how gray he is. He wasn't that gray when he was doing, this stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But here's the only way to appropriately treat. Why is his jaw looking like that? Little questionable. This is really the only way to treat Hegseth. If you haven't heard this audio, this is good. Respect to the people who are doing this. This is how he should live out the rest of his days if he's not in prison. If the tribunal, doesn't happen, this is how he should. This is why he lives on a military installment. You understand that? Most of these PHILE cabinet members of Donald Trump, they live on military installments because they can't live in the real society with the rest of us because they don't want to account for their actions. They don't want to see the fucking. Stop, kitty. Stop. Sorry. They don't want to see the effect their causes are having. Just chill, cat. Just please chill. So this is the only way to treat Hegseth.
The Department of War Crimes. Why did you order the bombing of the girls' school in Iran? Why have you been the illegal attacks that have been killing fishermen and the great? Why? You have you no shame?
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me? 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 I'm hoping so. I'll finish this. I know, I think it froze.
You will be tried. You should be disgusted with yourself. How many American service members have to die for Israel? Secretary Hegseth, why are you blocking Ukraine aid? Why?
Only way to treat this man.
Paying $400 million to Ukraine aid. How many American service members have to die for Israel?
That is the only appropriate way to treat that war criminal when you see him in public. Alcoholic Crash Out Patel looks terrified in the most recent interviews. Oh, I haven't seen him yet. Erica Kirk is carrying JD Vance's ottoman. Oh, let's get to the Kirk audio. This lady is terrified. I don't know who in their right mind. Hold on. Where's my Kirk? Where's my Erica Kirk? Here she is. Oh God, she's so disturbing looking. She is. Hold on. Let me find my Erica. This and her face doesn't change. I can't play the video for you. I'll play the while I'm playing the video, you'll get the audio. Her face doesn't change.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface.
Not a thing. Not a thing. Whiteface, not a thing. Not a thing. I know you're very sensitive and you want people to care about your feelings and you want people to have empathy for you. Ironically, not the thing your husband lent to anyone at all, Do we have a clip of her husband? Do we have a clip of her husband proving it?
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Okay, so there's your husband saying he don't give no about American school kids because we got the 2A, baby. But go on. Tell us about what do you want? You want people to have empathy and compassion for you? I thought that was leftist rhetoric. Okay. Okay, maybe she's taking a hard left here.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. Every morning I wake up.
What podcast is this? Boo, you suck. Where's Joe Rogan? Like, who the fuck is watching this? Who is this is the Charlie Kirk show now? Oh God, lady, he's suffered enough. My Christ, lady. This is what you're doing to his legacy? I mean, we already had to watch him squirt everywhere. Now we gotta see this. My God. I can't tell what's worse. We should maybe do a poll. No one more deserving. Exactly, Primal Scream. It's just amazing. It's amazing to listen to these people be like, you should really feel bad for me. I know my husband didn't lend an ounce of fucking compassion to school kids that are getting murked every single day in America. But you know what I'm dealing with? White face. It's like, what the fuck? I don't here's an idea, Erica. Get out of the fucking limelight. Did she not? If she's complaining that people are saying, what'd she say? People saying I shouldn't be the CEO.
Comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO.
Here, let me solve this problem for you. Nobody really knew much about Elon Musk until he came out of the fucking bat cave that he was probably living in because he's a quadrillionaire, and started opening his mouth. And then people were like, oh, this man's a moron. Oh, he's clearly a stupid. He's one of the stupids. Um, and then Elon disappeared and they kind of stopped talking about him. I mean, we'll never forget that he was emailing, Elon Musk was emailing Jeff Epstein on Christmas morning, even though Elon has 15 kids by who knows how many mothers. So here's a hint. You don't want the criticism, step out the fucking limelight while you're doing it on your dead husband's show. You know what I mean? Like if you can't take the heat, listen, you dumb broad. I gotta listen to these fucking nerds who worship the farts you walk around on. I gotta listen to them be like, oh, this guy, why you're just yapping, just a live stream. I tolerate all this shit. You can't fucking take it. I'm not even rich, you dumb bitch. Like really? People do a white face? That's what's going on in your life? I'm talking about working 3 fucking jobs to fucking make sure I have enough gas in the tank to go to work. And you're like, there were people saying I shouldn't be the billionaire CEO. This is the take. Who the fuck is watching this? Being like, I gotta check in with this rich dumb broad that nobody fucking wanted, but she's just doing the podcast now. Like, what is this? Are these people so into smelling their own queefs that they're just like, I'm gonna complain about my problems right now? I know they're trying to take disability benefits and they're fucking eradicating the school system and measles is back and gas is up, but people did whiteface and said I shouldn't be CEO. Do you feel bad for me? It's like, what the fuck is going on? And don't get me wrong, there's poor people in trailer parks and these dumb fucking inbred hicks that are like, man, God bless her, I'll send her some money. Honey, get the gas money jar out. We gotta stop saving. Erica Kirk had someone to do whiteface of her. It's like these people fucking should be fucking marooned on Epstein Island.
Oh, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Fight, fight. And on and on. At least all of your basic needs are met, Erica. Here's a time where I would like you to be grateful to that God you claim to worship. Those rings are very big. Um, and maybe just take a moment to pray and just be thankful that your kids aren't going hungry, that your rent is fucking paid because of your husband, that you have a car that you probably don't even have to drive or fill up with gas, that you can not go to work in because you're, I'm guessing, working from your basement. That's what it looks like with shitty lighting. Um, my God, you know, it's like they love to lecture you on being a Christian, but then they come here and talk about some vapid shit when they have ample stuff to be thankful of. You should start getting on your knees and being thankful to JD. I mean that God you claim to, I don't know what you claim to do. Use as a weapon. You know that Jesus that you like to use as a billy club? You should be thankful that you don't have that. If you're listing your problems and they're like, people said something about me, and they're not, I lost my health care, I can't afford to go to work, and I don't ever come home because I have to work all the time. You should be grateful. And you don't have measles, I'm guessing. I don't know what it looks like. Your face is a little puffy. You know what I mean? Like, this is the incredible thing that we've let these people hijack our fucking dialogue with, like, somebody said a woman shouldn't be CEO. I mean, I shouldn't be CEO because we don't want women to be CEOs. But when it's me, then we really want it to be. Like, I'm pretty sure Charlie was advocating for women and blacks to, like, not be in fucking any position of power. And, like, well, here you are breaking his last wish, you know? It's amazing. The amazing thing to me is the people that fucking like still watch this. There's a YouTuber that I stopped watching a long time ago, and I went and looked on his page, and he like posted something like "Pray for Erica Kirk," and I was like, "For what, man? That's a wasted fucking prayer. She's got all her needs met. She's fine. Don't worry. The doctor said all of her injuries are emotional." You know what I mean? Like, and here's the solution, Erica. Erica, I have the solution for you. You don't want people talking about you? Get off your husband's podcast. Like, stop showing your face every day. You know, you're not likable. And that's just me being like honest. You know, you're very not likable. You're hideous. You're hideously not likable. You are the most unlikable person with Donald Trump. Like, there are two people nobody likes. I mean, you know, so I don't know. Take an acting coach fucking for a few months, you know, do that Riz on Demand YouTube channel. I think that's what it's called, right? Riz on Demand. Like, do that for a few months and then come back and learn how to not fucking stare through people. Oh, there was somebody saying play the Erica and something. I don't know what the Erica and Cash Patel audio is. I don't know what it is. Erica hid under a table, was consoled by Cash Patel. I don't know if there's audio with it. I'll find it and I'll play it for you tomorrow if it's worthy of things.
What happened there?
That's Cash Patel outside on his phone, like a good FBI director. He's like, sorry, I can't deal with this right now. I gotta make a call. Mom, I'm safe. Oh no, wait, seen on his phone just hanging around outside the venue like a random White House correspondence attendee trying to figure out how to get an Uber after the incident. This is fucking hilarious. These people are massively unqualified and just like comedically fucking stupid. Yeah, so that's how things are going in Erica Kirk's little universe. Poor Erica. Poor Erica Kirk. All right, I want to play this Epstein audio for you because this is a crazy thing. If you've been here for JD hates vag, 100%. Um, um, Jess, the whole free will cop out just makes Jesus God seem like bitches. I don't know what the free will cop out is. I don't know what that is. I know people say, uh, you have free will, but if God's already planned this out, then how do you have free will? You have free will outside of God fucking creating everything. You know, I don't know. That's a fucking Rubik's cube. You don't want to open that Pandora's box. Free will cop out is a dinner at Applebee's. I'll take the free will cop out. Ooh, does that come with extra sauce? Delicious. Oh, sorry, we can't afford it. We got to buy gas this week. Azimuth Phoenix. That was funny. Okay, now I got to play. Listen, I've tried to put you guys on forever and a day. I'm just gonna put this one up here for right now. If you haven't seen this, this Epstein Files is. I feel like the Epstein Files should be the new the X Files. Hold on. I just thought of that. Hold on. X Files theme. Oh shit. Ah! Don't you dare play commercials. I don't get money for this shit. YouTube keeps demonetizing all my stuff. Hit subscribe, share it with a friend. YouTube has put baby in a corner. And nobody puts baby in a corner. Do they not know? At some point, I'm going on the Hassan Piker show. We're going to chop it up. Like, we're going to have Stavi there. I'm getting huge, baby. And you are either coming along, you're joining the resistance, the rebellion, the fucking revolution, you're becoming a dissident, or you can watch from the sidelines. I'm bringing you with me, y'all. I'm bringing you with me. Sorry, I gotta get this commercial out of here. And YouTube is doing its best to fucking keep me in the ditches. Ain't gonna work, YouTube. Ain't gonna work. Hold on. All right, now on this week's episode of the Epstein Files. Dr. Mark Tramo, where are you now? Have a seat, Dr. Mark. Why were you sending these emails to Epstein? Now, if you can read the little language down here, from Mark Tramo to Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump's best friend. I gotta move the comments. Was just, hold on, I gotta quiet that down so I can focus. Was just reading too today that newborns will suck on a pacifier more vigorously if it triggers playback of recording of her mother's or his or her mother's voice than another woman's voice. Have you read David Brooks' Social Animal? Was #1 at New York Times Books for quite a while. He's like has asked Hassan to debate Destiny. No, Destiny's a waste of space, man. The fucking Pestiny. No, I won't. I won't. If I want to get on, listen, if you want to see why I love Hassan so much, go watch him and Stavros Halkias, okay? Amazing comic. Such an amazing comic. One of the I would say Stavi is probably one of the fucking best comics out. Just one of the best comics. So original, so thought-provoking, so fucking likable. The dude has Riz to level 1000, out of a 1 to 100. Stavi is an amazing human. And if you I forget when I caught them. This might have been a year ago. I don't know. Time is all relative. That's what Einstein would say. But there was an episode of Stavi and Hassan that I watched live, so I don't even know if it's clipped and on YouTube. But they start riffing and they start arguing about the Greeks and the Turks. That's both their heritage. And it's some of the funniest, like, intelligent kind of back and forth just riffing. And at that moment, I knew I loved both of those men. At that moment, I was like, these are fucking lovable guys, because they could take a joke and they can dish it out, and they were fucking intelligent enough to keep referencing deeper in their history. And it was like 5-star Michelin comedy right there. Hassan and Stavi. If you can find it online, maybe I'll try to find it, play it for you tomorrow, because it's so worth the watch. Just that little fucking dialogue where they start riffing about the ancient Greece, the Turkey, the Ottoman Empire. Like, I was like, this is me comedy. This is me comedy. Wait, what's going on? Tell Hassan to fight. What the fuck? Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks is amazing. Stav is a fucking god. He is. That man is a Greek god walking Earth right now. The guy Nick Fuentes fucked Destiny. Hold on. Nancy Pelosi said, yeah, don't even entertain that. And Pill OC, if you don't know, you stand against hate by fucking letting oppressors and people who say bullshit you don't give them the room to do that. Go look up the paradox of intolerance. I mean, you just got to educate yourself on this. I hate when people do that. They're like, "Oh, you're standing, you don't want people to be hateful, but then you're mean to Donald Trump." Like that's what they're doing with the Jimmy Kimmel thing, you know? And it's like, yeah, a guy who's threatening nuclear fucking civilization wipeout, you say fuck you to that guy. You know, it's like the Nazis being like, "Please don't be mean to us. Please. We didn't mean to." That's not a good Nazi impression. But you know what I mean? It's like that. And it's like, yeah, you're going to be fucking mean to the people who are trying to end you, bro. Oh, that's small-minded fucking talk, and I'm not going to do it. But yeah, Stavi is a god. Um Check out them missing scientists. I don't even want to I've seen all that news and I'm like, missing scientists. You know what the fuck's going on with healthcare in America? Where listen, they brought measles back, guys. Science is not like on the agenda. So if scientists are going missing, that's just not a story I'm going to cover. You know, maybe I should to get clicks and views and stuff, but I can't be honest and say I'm interested in it. I'm like, fucking the measles scientists are missing, guys. The people who were like, you know, guys, we eradicated it in 2000. We should really not bring this one back. Like those people are missing. There's none of those voices in America. So when you're like, there's a NASA scientist that's gone, I'm like, yeah, who gives a fuck, you know? I don't know. People thought Elon Musk was bringing them to Mars. You know, like we don't give a shit about space or science anymore. I'm more concerned about the immediate future and like what's happening with healthcare and if these fucking farms are going to exist anymore. If just Bayer Monsanto is going to come in and be like, now you eat the glyphosate. You have broccoli glyphosate, whatever it's fucking called. So I'm sorry, Michael Danger. I've seen the stuff. I've seen the stuff. Um, I don't know. Unless like one of these scientists was like about to open his mouth about the Epstein files, then you'll see me get into it. You know, but for the most part, America's been missing its scientists for, you know, better of a decade. Better of a decade. You know, when people are looking to Joe Rogan and what his equestrian veterinarian told him to take this month, I'm like, oh yeah, it don't matter. None of that shit. They're not gonna. Those scientists weren't going to be like, we have the secret. You know, people would be like, we're doing our own research, you asshole. What are you, highly educated? Get out of here, Joe. What is your, what does your fucking orthodontic doctor say about taking laughing gas? You know, I don't know. I just feel like America doesn't give a It's so funny though. That's actually the most interesting part to me about the missing scientists is that America cares, you know? I'm like, wait a minute. I thought everybody hated big science. You know, and they were like, you should get a vaccine. That's how Washington fucking kept his soldiers alive and healthy. And they're like, I don't know about that. What is Joe Rogan saying? Did Theo Vaughn get one? You know? I'm seriously surprised that that fucking crossover is like the same you know, like that there's people that are like, oh my god, the 11th scientist is missing, and it's like, well, you give a shit what they have to say? I thought you didn't trust them. I thought you like fucking hated those people. You know, I can't figure it out. Disturbed Radical. The short is called wait, I'm missing some stuff. Hold on. Demonic on Hawk's podcast. What is the short about? I'm sorry, I missed. I wasn't reading. I was ranting about Charlie Kelly. The missing scientist is some strange ass shit. Yeah, of course, anytime a bunch of scientists go missing, but we're talking about the year of our Lord 2026 with it being America. You know, these people probably like all were like, yeah, it looks like the flu vaccine is probably pretty good. And they were like, we got to silence those motherfuckers. You know, like, I don't even think, I don't know. They didn't like medical science, not sky science. They shot Pixie. These were the scientists that were going to tell them about the Jewish space lasers. They were all working. Ask Marjorie Taylor Greene. They were all working on the Jewish space lasers, and one by one, they all happen to be disappearing. Thank you, Shy Pixie. That's a great comment. They're like, no, 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 no. You don't get it. They hated the medical scientists. They loved the space scientists. That's why they had such a fetish with Elon Musk. Um, and we're gonna get. I'm gonna play. So I read you this. I just can't believe it. This is a UCLA professor. I showed you the Harvard professor where he just wrote Epstein. Did you torture her? Like, this is why we're where we are, because idiots fucking voted for the dude who's friends with all these people and fucking lived next to all these people. Hold on, Hawks podcast. I don't know what the thing is. Demonic. Demonic duet. Here we go.
What is he saying in this video? And yes, he really posted this the other night on his Truth Social and apparently took it down right away, but this is fucking scary.
Okay, so to me that sounded like it was backwards. So I took the clip, I put it into CapCut, I reversed it, and then for fun, I did some captions on it, and this is what it did. That's German for night show. Halt, stop, night show, which again, what? I'm assuming this is real.
I'm guessing it's a trailer for the new Scary Movie 8. Is that what you were talking about? Who's Oh, wait, Disturbed Radical is timed out. No, Disturbed Radical, don't time him out, Sim. No, I'm sorry, Disturbed Radical. Guys, don't. He just wanted me to listen to that. That's fine. Disturbed Radical is cool. Sorry about that, Disturbed. Come back together. I mean, come back tomorrow. Don't worry. He wasn't spamming the chat. He just wanted me to 8647 forever. Okay, before we play the Epstein stuff. Oh, look, your money well spent. Money well spent, guys. Money well spent. Where is indicted for playing with seashells and a new low point for DOJ? This is all a distraction. You understand that, right? This is all a distraction. This is all a distraction. It's amazing. FCC's going, they're trying to censor Jimmy Kimmel. This was some good news. Democrats introduced a bill to more than triple the minimum wage. But here's the bad news. Again, when I was trying to fight for this in Massachusetts, they wanted to implement it over like 4 years, which I'm like, at that point, what the fuck? You know? When you're saying, she said the current minimum wage is $7.25 is not a living wage. That wage is meant to keep you poor and barely living. And this new congressperson, Ramirez, said people are working full-time jobs and still can't afford to live. So the solution is to raise it to $25 by 2031. By then, gas is going to be fucking $25 a gallon. Like, this is what I mean. Politics is not for us. These people are like, oh, it sounds nice. So when you hear this shit, be like, what? In 5 years? Who the fuck does this help in 5 years? I'm sorry, noble effort. It's gonna get shot down. It's not going through. But like, this is the stuff that people don't understand. You're recognizing people are working full-time jobs and can't afford to live, and you're like, the solution is we'll raise the minimum wage by 2031 if you can live till then. Hunger Games. Like, what the fuck? This is where I'm like, man, these politicians got to go. Even the ones you think are good aren't even that good, because anybody who can say in the same fucking breath, we need to raise the minimum wage because people can't afford to live, and then they're like, and the solution is 5 years from now. That's not how it worked when you guys gave yourself cost of living increases. Corporations are not fucking going to go under. Like they have stipulations in here. If you have this many employees, you know, you have to do it by this amount of time, and we're going to ease it in for people that are smaller businesses, if those even exist anymore. They don't. There's no small farms. They're all being bought out by the fucking corporations. But my point is, instead of doing that, just say like, hey, this is how I would do it, not by employees, but by your profits. If we can see your fucking profits are at all-time highs, you have to do it immediately. Who's against that? You know, besides the elite class that isn't working and can't afford to live. This is what I really don't get. So when you see this fucking, oh, feel good about yourself to try to do this, it's like, no, they're trying to do it by 2031. How many of us are going to be alive by then? Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm playing audio of people who are like, I can't take care of my mom. She's got to live with me, but I got to either eat this week or take her to the doctors. That was real audio of a Florida man yesterday. And it's like, you think this guy gives a shit or is thinking about the year 2031? And just so you know, when they want something done, when they need the fucking 2 billion a fucking day for a war, they're like, oh, we have that money. We have it. But they can't fucking turn around and go, hey, the corporations that are making record profits over the past 5 years, record profits over the past decade, record fucking they've never been richer in life. We're going to have a trillionaire, folks. Like they can't afford to just do that. We should look at every CEO's compensation package and be like, if you make more than, I don't know, 100 times your employee, you have to do it right away. There's simple math ways to figure this out by like, how many employees do you have? Because all corporations do at that time. They're like, okay, every state is their own division of the one subterranean fucking limited incorporated target. You know, like that's what they do. They're like, we'll just make every state be its own entity. We'll just have our lawyers file its own entity in every state. Now we only have 10 employees. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. It's like, go off the fucking money they make, man. Go off how much they're paying themselves. And then be like, there's people that can't afford to live. We're doing this shit tomorrow. Boop, fixed it. It's fucking crazy to me. So again, sorry. But remember how new billionaires even are? Yes, your neighbor Russ. 100%, man. I was talking about this the other day. I was like, probably Michael Jackson had to be like the first billionaire, and he wasn't even called a billionaire. I don't even think he was a billionaire. I don't even think Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson was never labeled a billionaire. But I remember people. There were like TV shows when he went to the mall, and the mall would like stand still, and he would just walk into a store and be like, that. And they were like, you're pointing at the cashiers, and he's like, wrap them up and put them in a bag. And that was like, this is what I mean. People don't even comprehend that. Like, you couldn't, Elon Musk could fucking blow through all of his stocks and still not go broke. Never. You can never go broke. And if you don't believe me, go look up Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, their foundations to get rid of their money, and how now that they're much older, they're like, oh, we can't give all this away. There's no possible way we can give it. Yes, you can. You just fucking pay people a living wage. You want to give your money away? Here's a suggestion. Mark Zuckerberg was supposed to be in that clique too, but he was like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna buy the islands of Hawaii and steal it from the fucking indigenous people. That's what he's really doing. But it's like, if these people really wanted to give their money away, I don't know, just raise the minimum wage. They always seem to fucking cry wolf when this comes up. They're like, oh, we'll all be poor then. It's like, okay, so what? 1,000 of you are gonna be broke? We don't give a fuck. We don't care. We don't care if 1,000 people go broke. There's fucking hundreds of million people starving in America right now. No one can afford healthcare. They're complaining about gas every day, you know? And you're like, oh, we got to protect this 1,000 people who own all their homes, fucking have mega yachts, and fucking don't work all day. Hey, that's the top priority. Making sure that they're nice and comfortable. Okay. This is how we got here. This is why when I read this shit, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but raising it to $25 by 2031 when they've proven they can fucking do this overnight. If they couldn't do this overnight, how are they doing fucking billions of stock buybacks? Look it up. Starbucks, fucking Home Depot, Target, fucking CVS, they all do stock buybacks, which were illegal because it was inflating their own stock. Illegal till Reagan in 1982. If you don't think they have the money to do this, whatever company it is, Kohl's, I don't give a shit. Walmart, there are no other companies. Fuck, there are no little mom and pop companies. They're all subsidiaries. Um, Whatever you think company can't afford this, I want you to go on your own and just Google, did this company do stock buybacks? And then you're going to be fucking stunned. You're going to be like, oh my God, they spent so much money on stock buyback. Oh my God, Walt Disney, all of them, guys. Why? Because when you're paid in compensation, which is stock that's not taxed, they want that stock going up, 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 up. And that's how they do it. It's fucking manipulating the market. That's what stock buybacks are. It's amazing you don't hear many news stories about it, but they're all fucking doing it. I look it up all the time. Even Al Bundy could afford to live as a shoe salesman in the 90s. Al Bundy was living way better. He had a fucking that was a single earner economy, Frankie Berry. That was when the this is the funniest thing to me. Like the Republicans are all like Charlie Kirk. His whole thing was like, I don't want women working, and here's his wife disobeying, dumb bitch. But that's the crazy thing to me. Republicans will spit out the same line like, oh, women in the workplace, that's really what ruined things. But then they won't want to pay people enough to have a single earner economy, like when Al Bundy was fucking working and coming home and his wife had just been eating bonbons on the couch. Remember bonbons? That was like a big part of the show. And they're like, oh, no, 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 we can't pay people enough so one person could work and another person. Like, it's like, well, don't you want if you want the woman to stay home, let them do, like, it just doesn't make sense. And nobody will call them on this shit. You know? Nobody will when they're like, oh, women in the workplace. Yeah, well, now we got to deal with HR. We're men. We like to fight and burp and work. You know, and it's like, okay. So just pay people enough so we can do that. So we could do that. When Erica Kirk isn't fucking scowling to try to suck your soul through your butthole, and she's like, "Where are the parents?" You know, when Erica Kirk's like, "Me want parents," or whatever the fuck she says, and she's lecturing America about where are the parents in the home. Um, why is nobody like, they're working? They're all working, you dumb bitch. We know you don't have to work, even though you're choosing to, only so you could stay in the limelight and be like, people did whiteface. But, you know, where are the parents for your kids? That's what I really want to know. But I wish somebody would just retort and be like, they're all working. I know this doesn't affect you at your luxury palace, but all the parents are working, Erica. Oh, so yeah, this bugs me. This is when I went on TV with the fucking senator, and he was like, "This would really help the working class, right?" And I was like, "Well, let's be honest, it's too little, too late." I was like, "If people are struggling now, what does 4 years from now help them? That's not a light at at the end of the tunnel. That's like dangling a carrot that you only hope you make it there." And he looked pretty shocked. But what was I gonna do? Lie? You know? Was I gonna be like, yes, this would help us immensely, future me immensely? It's like, no. You're like, no, dude, fucking right now. This shit, there are people making so much money right now. There are people hoarding wealth, underpaying people all the time. And you wouldn't hear of a job shortage if people were fucking making $60 to flip burgers. Everybody be lying. You quit your fucking job to go flip burgers. And you're like, well, those people don't deserve to live. Fuck you. Yes, they do. They're humans and Americans. And anybody who says other, fucking, you don't get to be part of the conversation. But it's just incredible when I read this shit. Let's get to Epstein. Let's hot tail it to Epstein. Because these files don't you goddamn play that music on my show. Don't you goddamn it. Eric B. and Rock Kim use in a Chase banking? Dad? Oh. Goddamn. Goddamn. Everything's commercials. I hate it. All right, to the Epstein files. Oh, wait. I gotta show you guys one more thing. You know how like Donald Trump and all the MAGA morons, all the maggots, were like, oh, American this, American manufacture, we want American sweatshops. Turns out, you know how they've been doing all these fucking layoffs? Um, guess who they're hiring? Immigrants. Turns out Donald Trump And all of his broligarchs love the HB1 visa immigrants. They love them. Why? Because they're basically like indentured servants. Like they bring them over here on an HB1 visa. They could treat them like shit and they're not going to complain because they'll just get shipped out of town. That's much, 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 much better for keeping wages low and fucking stagnant than trying to hire Americans. So it was all a ruse. They like the immigrants that they like because they can fucking bring them in like wage slaves. And just so you see here, they're all the richest companies in the world are firing Americans to hire immigrants. So there you go. There you go. Fucking Christ, man. Fucking Christ. Okay, now we're gonna get to the Epstein files. Da, da, da. Now, if you've been a fan of the show for any amount of time, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends, clip it. I don't give a fuck. YouTube's trying to keep me down. I don't know if they've got me in a little timeout in the corner, but you ain't gonna stop me. We're gonna rise up and we're gonna fucking take the power back. And this bullshit is what I'm trying to wake you up to, man. I've said this for ages. 60 Minutes Australia is hot shit. It doesn't even have to be Epstein stuff. I'm saying these 60 Minutes Australia reporters are no joke, man. I watch a lot of their they cover some American things, but I even watch like, 60 Minutes serial killer, da 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 da. 60 Minutes Australia, go subscribe to their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel is hot shit, man. And I like the blonde-haired lady on 60 Minutes. I like her a lot. She pulls no punches, man. And it turns out America's not covering, 60 Minutes gets a little spanking from Donald Trump when they're like, and the manifesto said that you're a grape or a pedo. And he's like, how disgraceful of you. Watch your tone around me. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. It's like, I'm sorry, the guy who said quiet piggy is telling me.
Don't be rude.
Okay, okay. I'll take that with a fucking grain of salt. And 60 Minutes is covering Epstein stuff, and it's fucking nuts.
First recruited into the Epstein world.
This is the girl, the one you hear her talking right now. I wish we had reporters and journalists like her in America. I'll just say that because I've seen her interview some people, and crikey, she's like a Croc Dundee. They think they're pulling out some, but we should bring her to Congress to grill Pete Hegseth. Seriously, because that scene where he's like, "That's not a knife," and whips one out. I feel like anytime she goes up against someone, she's like, "That's not a retort." Crikey, I'm gonna put you on the baddie.
By Ghislaine Maxwell, Shantae Davies was abused by the predator from 2001 to 2005. She remembers the rumors about the burial of the two unknown girls at Zorro. But there were also other terrifying and bizarre accounts shared with her by other victims.
Isn't it incredible that Australia is doing a better job going into speaking to the survivors and investigating this than America? I don't know. It all took place here. We should really want to look into you remember Pizzagate? We should really want to look into the people hurting the kids. And they're just like, I don't know. Nah, we're not gonna bring up. If I was this is why I'm not on mainstream media anymore. Because if I was on every day, I crack my show open, I would be like, and the Trump regime is still breaking the law by not releasing the Epstein files. Jimmy Kimmel just made a joke about them, and they're like, pull his license. The government's censoring your speech. So yeah, 60 Minutes. Kudos.
Girls waking up in sort of like a dark room with like a female doctor standing over them, feeling like maybe there is some kind of procedure that had happened that they weren't aware of. And
She's talking about Zorro Ranch, which one of Trump's friends bought and owns and is not letting Donald Trump's regime look into it. I mean, who are we kidding here? This is like when the cops investigate the cops. They're like, oh, found no wrongdoing. It's like,
believe this is
that's why it's 60 Minutes. And whoever this blonde haired lady is, God bless you, man. You're doing the Lord's work.
the files, sure, there's something in there about a baby actually being born, and then just disappearing, like Galen taking it. I personally never witnessed anything like that, but I do remember overhearing conversations about trying to create the perfect baby, the perfect gene pool. And I know that there was sort of a hunt, if you will, for the perfect gene pool.
Zorro was a wacky hideaway for Epstein and his cronies, and a place.
I love her acting. It was a wacky hideaway. It's the other reason I like watching 60 Minutes Australia.
To enact the most freakish fantasies, including at one point a plan for a controversial designer baby and human cloning project, in which emails from the files show the maniacal Epstein was prepared to invest in, as long as he remained anonymous.
But we broke that anonymity here on 60 Minutes Crikey Edition.
We were hearing some of the most horrible and heinous things that anyone could imagine. The allegations span everything from the harvesting of sex organs to allegations of women having forced abortions or forced pregnancies, or coerced pregnancies. I think when we think about the stories and the span of stories, it sounds fictional. It sounds like a horror film.
This is what I can't understand. For the people who at any point in your life, especially MAGA, especially the QAnon crowd, that were willing to buy in so deep to the Pizzagate stuff. Whether or not you go, oh, they're allegations. Like, that was your whole thing. Your whole thing was like, whispers of this alleged fucking magical Q person that nobody's ever seen. No, like, these are real survivor testimonies that are being like, oh, I heard this shit. And it's still befuddling to me that they're like, I don't know, what are you gonna do? And that's like the Trump regime's take on this. They're like, what are you gonna do? Pictures can't tell you 1,000 words. Looks like we gotta just move on. It's like, dude, this is fucking crazy. This is how if you want any kind of proof that this goes all the way to the top to Donald Trump, it's by the actions. Like, he don't care about kids. He don't care about these allegations. He don't even care to fake like he's going to investigate it. Just like send a team and do like put up those big fucking tarps and be like, ooh, we looked and there's nothing. Like, you could even just do a whole fucking false flag investigation. Be like, wow, they could just go and dig, and Donald Trump could go out there and be like, dig over there, it's safe. Dig over there, it's safe. They could just do the show. They're not against wasting money. But this is how little they want any kind of fucking whiff, hint, fucking anything towards this. And that's why 60 Minutes Australia is covering it.
And as the Epstein files reveal, men and boys were not spared, with Epstein accused of multiple rapes.
The man actually claims that he met Jeffrey Epstein, was brought to the ranch, he was drugged, and he describes in detail.
Okay, I gotta skip that part. Epstein went after the boys too. Okay. Forgot about this. Forgot about this part.
Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were serial abusers. So they really were super predators.
And they were Donald Trump's best friends. Best friends. So many photos of them together, lived next to each other, partied together. Donald Trump was like, oh yeah, Ghislaine took Virginia Giuffre from my place to Epstein. Oh yeah. No, that totally, like, he admitted that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be that close to the situation and fucking just be like, I was an innocent bystander.
It's clear that this was just how they lived their lives.
Yeah, if they just live their lives like this and you're writing him perverted fucking birthday greetings that are poems about like, "Ooh, every day's another fucking secret, wonderful secret." It's like, America, do you have no decency? Do you have no decency?
I just can't imagine to have a desire to do such evil things so badly. Like, what is inside somebody that's so twisted and so dark that they would spend their lives having a fully working vessel of abuse?
I can tell you what it is with Jeffrey Epstein's best friend Trump. I know exactly what it is. His dad despised him. His mother was always, telling him, "Hey, look at how hot little King Charles is on the TV." I played that audio for you yesterday. Donald Trump was never loved by his parents because they were greed monsters, And when you raise a kid in that kind of fucking situation, that kid's always going to be searching for something else: money, fame, fucking fortune, power. None of it's enough. Nothing is ever good enough because he's empty inside because his dad didn't fucking hug him. That's the simple truth of it. And all these people that are worshiping him probably have a similar past. So they find their solace in oppressing and hurting other people. Because when they see that suffering in other people, it makes them feel a little better because they suffered for so long. Maybe they suffered in silence. Maybe they were tormented. Maybe they tormented others. But they are suffering. It's the old adage, hurt people hurt people. It's really that simple.
Perhaps even more chilling is the revelation in the Epstein files that federal authorities knew years ago but did nothing about these suspected crimes.
And the revelation that federal authorities have released half of the files and still are doing nothing.
As you'll see, in an absolute blindside, the FBI claimed to take over the investigation into Epstein only to secretly shut it down.
Or not secretly. I would amend that one. I would say or they didn't secretly shut it down. They just were like, "We're over this. We're not investigating anybody. You guys suck it." But that was pretty much what they did.
He was very close to being investigated and arrested and convicted like any other sex abuser in the world.
Oof, I gotta watch the rest of this. I only got clipped. I just haven't had the time. But yeah, man, check that out. And look at this. It's good to see Kid Rock is heading up the War Department. Our money is all they're always thinking of you guys, man. Thinking of you, going to work, hoping you can afford gas. That's what they're thinking of, Well, many soldiers have died. They say 6. I say they're liars, so why trust them? It's good to know that Kid Rock is safe and sound and will never see the front lines. What's up, Steph Rooney? Wow, if my letter was ignored, I'd go to the office and make it known on social media. What are we talking about? I missed some of the comments, sorry. I had an awful childhood and don't hurt people. Well, it doesn't go for everybody. There's a long road, not to ruin, to redemption, that people do take. You know what I mean? That's the craziest part. What's up, Timothy? Good to see you. Trump wasn't raised by his children, like Trump's children weren't raised by Trump, just servants. Yeah. But Timothy, I'm talking about this because you can marry Trump as his niece, and she has intimate experience within that family. And this isn't like my conclusion. This is like her being like, oh, his dad, Fred Trump, was fucking horrible to him. You know? Like he was not only you gotta think, like he's, like probably inbred. Like it wasn't the greatest genetics. It's always funny to me. These people are like, we gotta find the best genetic baby, and it's like, really, you? Yeah, yuck. You know what I mean? I would have just said work on the hair. I would have said try to breed that hairline out of him. My Christ. Anyways, but you can watch Mary Trump. She's on YouTube. She has a Substack. Like I don't watch her anymore, but I don't know, a decade ago when Trump first got fucking burned by Obama and he was like, that's it. I'm making everybody pay. I would watch Mary Trump and she would talk. She talks about one Thanksgiving where somebody dumped mashed potatoes on his head. And it was like, that's the other thing. He's very fragile and thin skinned. So you got to take all of these elements combined. And Mary Trump lays it out. Like she just lays it. She's telling you firsthand experience. She's like, "Oh, I remember when this happened," And you're like, "Oh, I see the forming of the monster. Oh yeah, oh yeah," you know. But it's not just like, "Oh, he's some random dude that had a shitty time growing up," because that's just not true about everybody. But the thing is a very thin-skinned. His dad only respected people that were, greed filled and fucking dehumanizing to others, which he imparted to his kids. And when you take all that and then see what we got, I mean, who else in their right fucking mind as the president would be asking Brendan Carr? I get him and Russell Voigt confused because they look like the same white guy to me. They basically are. Asking Brendan Carr to pull Jimmy Kimmel's FCC license and get him off the air. You know what I mean? Like, come, like, I don't care if you're MAGA or not. Like, you got to understand that's some fucking thin skin bullshit. You know, like, you can't take a joke. That's where you're at as president. Like, I don't know if you should be president if some fucking late night TV comic is like ruffling your feathers. You know what I mean? Like, that's just basic humanity. Like, don't let it get to you. It's just where sticks and stones. I don't know. It's like he learned none of these things, and he's just like, I will have absolute power. I will slam the hammer down at anybody who drops a hint of making fun of me. Like, this is fucking lunacy, man. Meanwhile, all the fucking butt sniffers and all the panty sniffers are like getting high military honors they've never served besides in like the class war, you know, where they're like, oh yeah, we'll teach those peasants. We've normalized just how weird Trump looks just standing there, and it's disgusting. We have normalized that, and he does not look okay. Steph, political bribery is legal here. Yeah, that is true. Politicians act to benefit their biggest donors, who are generally billionaires in APAC, and the legal fictions they use to skirt accountability. Yep. And the presidential pardon law. Oh, good grief. Oh, that's another great YouTuber, Liz Oyer, the former presidential pardon lawyer. She's always talking. I didn't even watch her video today because now the videos are like, this is blatant corruption and lies, you know. And I'm like, we know. Like, I don't know. We're just all hearing it again and again. That's why I try to not just talk about this, but also try to, you know, joke about it because that's all you can do. In Canada, we limit donations so they can't be bought. Oh, sounds like heaven. Bone spurs aren't hereditary. Suit up, Baron. I hate to break it to you. They already I think they already sent him to the doctors, and he's got the bone spurs like Wolverine claws coming right out of his fucking heels. You know? That's what I mean. Like they'll I would you can only wish. Only in some kind of sweet other timeline would you be reading about that headline, you know? He's too tall. That's not true. That's not true. David Robinson, the Chief. If you remember the great Spurs player David Robinson served in the fucking Navy, and David Robinson was 7 foot something. David Robinson, look him up. I'm a child of the original NBA, the short shorts NBA. And I love David Robinson, man. No, the Admiral. That's what they called him. The Admiral. Chief was Robert Parrish. My bad. It's been a long time. But yeah, so no, he's not too tall. But they'll say anything. They'll leak anything to the media, like, oh, say he's too tall. Say this. No, he's not going because his dad is a draft dodger and thinks fucking soldiers are suckers and losers. Donald Trump fucking was put disrespect on McCain's service. You think he gives a shit? Oh, this is where, you know, and grew while in the Navy. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Short shorts and tall socks. There we go, Timbo. That's an 80s, 90s NBA fan. Short, inappropriately short shorts and socks that were covering your goddamn knees. They look like stockings. Oh my god. Can y'all stop picking on poor Barron Trump? It's not his fault he's too tall. That's right, it's his goddamn immigrant mother. I also put disrespect on McCain's war crimes. I do too, but let's take one issue at a time, you know? Let's use this weaponry when we need it. My husband loves me in shorts and tall socks. Yeah, but smoking blondie, you weren't playing on the Boston Celtics in 1991, okay? You guys are, oh my god, you guys are funny. It's a liberal bourgeois democracy. It's more progressive than the US, but it's not left leaning. That is true. That is true. You do have that universal healthcare, but you also have the private healthcare option. So there really is there's no the leftism that is in the West is in Cuba. That's why they fucking surrounded Cuba and they want to invade next. Because they can't I mean, this is the great irony of all these people being like, where's it ever succeed? Where's socialism ever succeed? I don't know, Cuba. Why do you think America fucking told the world like nobody's allowed to do deals with Cuba? And they're trying to suffocate them because they don't want you to see that it's fucking amazing that Americans go to Cuba to become doctors, that Cuba sends fucking doctors around the world, that Cuba has a lung cancer vaccine. You can look this stuff up, man. You have the internet. If you don't believe me and you're on YouTube, I'm giving you screen time break and you're going to go look up Cuba. That's exactly why when people were like, "Oh, what is socialism ever work?" I don't know. Why do you think they're fucking hating on Cuba right now with military vessels? Because they need it to fail. They need those their greed monsters for the natural resources and taking in the fucking, putting up the fucking privatization of all of Cuba's fucking supplies. Power universally leans right. I can't handle some of the miscreants with stupid job comments like we aren't working hard to survive. Oh yeah, here, I'll just address them. You can leave them in there. Um, uh, I'll just address them. If you're gonna tell people to work harder, fucking go kick yourself in the dick. Okay? And do it repeatedly until you get the point. Because everyone in America is working hard. Everybody's worked too hard. And now we're working so hard that nobody can survive. So shut the fuck up. Your little Ben Shapiro comments of like, well, you just work harder. Like, I hate to break it to you, Donald Trump is the one who pulled the mask off, you know? Under Obama and Sleepy Joe, people were still like convinced, like, all you got to do is work hard and maybe we could buy a home. And Donald Trump was like, no, we're going to rob you guys. We're going to rob you guys and I'm going to do it all at the service of the oligarchs in Israel. And now there's more people waking up than ever. I play audio of it all the time, so hit subscribe. But just don't come in here and being like, Americans don't work hard enough. Bro, we have no guaranteed sick time, no guaranteed vacation time, fucking no guaranteed parental leave, no guaranteed fucking anything. We have to earn all that shit, and you're telling us we don't work hard enough? Fuck you. It's just stupid. It's just, again, I wish we could see these people, They usually don't have an avatar. What branch of the service was Kid Rock in again? I think he was in what branch was he in? He was in the apple picking branch, whatever branch that is. No. He was in the my dad has a fucking car dealership chain branch. The Cuntiary. Oh yeah, that's what that's what it was. Work hard and take a 2-week vacation that seems to last 2 days because you're so weary. Yeah. And the craziest thing is like I tell you guys this all the time. There are easy solutions to this, but your broligarchy regime won't ever allow it. This is why I'm puzzled that working people vote for a rich Nepo Democrat, Donald Trump, to consider the working people. Like he made a career on TV of firing people, firing working people. But it's just so it's just bananas to me, especially at a time like this, that anybody will be like, just work harder. It's like the science proves that companies in the UK, I did this study or I talked about the study a while ago, that went down to a 4-day work week, did not go back to a longer work week. Their people had more time off to live their lives, came back refreshed. The turnover rate went down, the injury rate went down. They became more productive. In return, the company had more profits. It's so funny to watch these motherfuckers, these oppressive tyrants. That's what they are. They're all tyrants, just so you know. Everyone in Congress right now is all tyrannical. I would say Mandami is doing good shit for the people. And that's it. This is the only one whose actions have aligned with his words. I don't know. If you want to tell me somebody else, okay. Mandami's the only one fucking putting pen to paper. for the working people. And you can look up his accomplishments. He has many already. Within the same duration, Donald Trump's fucking crashed our economy and made everybody have no health care. But you can look through history or even through recent history and find out that, like, oh, it only makes sense. When you're working people at 3 jobs 7 days a week, they're going to be tired and less productive, and fucking you're going to feel like you have to force them to work more. Well, now we need your kids to work and you can't retire. When it's like, if you just allow people to have some kind of life and not worry about rent, food, egg, gas, car payments, an emergency, being sick, if like people didn't have to stress so hard about that, when they were at work, they'd be able to focus on work. It's so weird to me that it's like so counterproductive to like try to fucking squeeze blood out of a rock. And there's people that don't even consider that, that are just like, yeah, it makes sense, make them work harder. It's like, bro, this is what fucking since Reagan, fucking 500 years of working harder has got us. An 80-year mortgage and fucking gas fucking at an all-time high, where people were like, I don't know, I'm either going to eat this week or take my mom to the doctor. That was a real dude I played audio of yesterday. He said, I don't know if I can eat this week or take my 82-year-old mother to the doctor. That's people not working hard enough for you. Where it's like, seriously, man, I implore you to just fucking, I'm going to do the Joe Rogan. I'm going to just say, do a little research. Do a little research on your own. Look up the 4-day work week in the UK. How many companies went back to a 5-day work week? And you'll be stunned. You'll be like, what? That would benefit. I would get an extra fucking weekend day, and the company that I like to bootlick for would do better. Amazing. You're the people you bootlick for, who you shoe shine with your tongue for, will still be uber profitable. You don't have to worry. They'll still be cajillionaires. And you would get one extra day off. Wouldn't that be nice? And you're like, well, then would everybody get an extra day off? I can't have other people doing it. It's like, it's so fucking stupid, man. Because we could have a better world, but until people start understanding that these fucking shinehards with their fucking poor hairdos, all of them have poor hairdos. That's the other thing they all got in common. Their dads fucking hated them and their hair sucks. And I'm saying that as a guy who's got great fucking hair. You know, I don't even give a shit about my head. That's how great it is. I'm like, I don't know. I cut it myself. I haven't cut it in months, fucking, and it's still amazing. I'm sorry, Ben Shapiro. You trying to compete with me with your eyebrows? I'm sorry, Donald Trump, with that fucking comb over. And what did Jeffrey Epstein say? He had a forehead extension or something. He had a forehead fucking done. So they planted his hair up here. That's not me saying it. That was Epstein. You know, my apologies that we got good hair. Fuck. Uh, it's just so crazy, man. These people will bootlick so fucking hard. They will shoe shine with their goddamn rectum for these people. When it's like, why? They don't care about you. That's why we're where we're at, man. And it's a simple, like, this isn't even theoretical. Everything Ben Shapiro does is theoretical. He's like, let's say this. And it's like, how about we not? How about we just look at what the fuck's going on? Or consider the past. He's like, no, 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 no. Let's say. Okay, pretend boy. Pretend wants to be a real boy. You can just fucking read a book and look. Tennessee Blacksmith, what's up? 1 month, comrade. Solidarity. Appreciate you. Much love. Good to see you, by the way. But you can look through history. I always talk about cornflake capitalism and fucking Henry Ford. Not good guys. And they were like, oh shit. When these people have a weekend off, they like want to do stuff, and they'll buy our fucking automobile and they'll buy our fucking stuff when we're working them 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't have time to buy our shit. And who's going to buy our shit then? Like, this is like easy stuff to look up and just find out that even fucking robber barons of the past were like, oh yeah, it makes sense. If we make people fucking have a little more time and don't cut their pay, they have extra money to spend, which is all we want. We just want their money. This is like fucking common sense, and somehow your mind has been perverted into believing, like, I don't know, that guy who doesn't know the term groceries and has never gone food shopping and have fucking maids and servants his whole life. That's the guy who really cares about the working man's daily fucking earnings. Like, Jesus Christ, people, do you hear yourself? You know, like that farmer I was playing for you. He's like, I voted for Trump. If I had something to say to him, I'd say, stick a sock in your mouth. It's like, how about fucking, do that? I can't say that on YouTube. But you know what I mean? Like, that's their take. I'm like, dude, you're standing in a fucking dust bowl with fucking, I don't know, 8-year-old Dockers on. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump doesn't fucking give a fuck about you. But more importantly, he wouldn't be caught dead around you. You know? Like, dude fucking despises you lowly people who grow the food. What do you even do? Gross. Get out of here. I get it from my handmaiden's tale. She comes in every night and serves me off a silver platter, you know? People are motherfuckers are voting people who are they're watching eat off silver platters and they're like, this guy's got my best interest. You know, if you can't figure out that those people don't, when they start fucking throwing out, even the Democrats, motherfuckers, when they start throwing out this shit, oh, we're gonna triple the minimum wage. Oh, really? Tomorrow so we can afford shit? No, by 2031. Fuck you, who cares? Future me doesn't give a shit. By 2031, you're going to see gas prices at this. This isn't going to be the minimum wage. This is going to be how much you're paying for gas. All right? So comprehend fucking that shit. It's like, okay, Democrats, how did you guys all give yourself a raise immediately? How did that fucking happen? You think doing this to fucking Amazon is going to put them out of business? Do you not know how much they make and how much they don't pay in taxes? I'm sorry, maybe you're not qualified for your job. Like, this is fucking lip service. I don't know. Can anybody from the year 2031 tell me how this goes? What the fuck? And I just love that this new lady who went into Congress, right? This Ramirez lady. Good on you. You have the spirit. I would just say like you're fucked. You're fucked. If you can say this, people are working full-time jobs and still can't afford to live, and then be like, my solution is in 5 years, we'll give them a raise. Like, maybe you don't know how can't afford to live right now works. Maybe you don't understand. Let me just say this. Miss Ramirez, all due respect that you're noble enough to fucking, try to raise the minimum wage to $25 an hour. But if your quote is people are working full-time jobs and still can't afford to live, and your solution is, don't worry, in 5 years we'll give you a raise. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be in that position. Maybe you and the rest of the gang that are gonna just shoot this down and be like, it was a tough fought out thing. We tried, man. It's like, how about $66 an hour tomorrow? Fix it. Why do you give a shit, government? It's the fucking corporations. Oh, that's right. They pay you. That's right. That's right. They'd never let you do that. Do you think Amazon's going to go under? What do you think? Jeff Bezos can't rent out Venice next year for his third wedding? What is seriously, what are you guys scared of? Do you think Mark Zuckerberg won't be able to buy more of the island of Kauai illegally from indigenous people? What is your concern? Do you think Elon Musk won't be able to meddle in another country's election? What's the concern here? I can't figure it out, but okay. Great lip service. Thanks everybody for today's political theater. Liberal incrementalism is a dead end and only exists to make you docile. 100%. Well, what's up, Toxic Audrey? J Moneybags. Pick and grin. Why do you think Jolene's a bot? Can't she just be an idiot? I'm stealing that from you. God bless you. Thank you for adding to my lexicon. That is pick and grin. That is so funny. Why do you think she's a bot? Can't she just be an idiot? Oh my God. If minimum wage reflected the minimum wage of the 70s, it would be over 55 an hour. Jay the Great, thank you. 100%. Sup, Rob? The based Chad. I'm the skibbity Rizma, baby. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you. Check out Smoke Blondie. Link in the description to her audio. I played Us First Them earlier. Link in the description to their YouTube channel. Go check out. Go support independent virtual community artists. I think Lemony does a channel too. I'm sorry, my brain is toast. Check out Lemony stuff. You leave those billionaires alone. Thank you, Jay Moneybags. Hey, Jay Moneybags, you keep donating to me. In some century, I might be one of them. So in a year, by the time they raise the minimum wage in the year 3035, I could be, well, I wouldn't be, but thank you, Jay Moneybags. PC, good to see you. Good to see you. Shy Pixie, Shelve It, everybody. Cage. I love you guys. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join me tomorrow. We'll go at it again. I'll try to find more Epstein 60 minutes stuff. All right, respect.